Hello guys. Today's topic is the effect of estrogen on mental health. We have a very special guest here today. Say hello. Hello. She always goes shy in front of the camera. She's mouthy, Larry, off camera, but on camera, hi, so meek, so mild. Estrogen. I was having a chat with one of my guys today, and we're having a bit of a giggle because sometimes you have to giggle because the effect of high estrogen can be horrendous. So we've already addressed there's an association between high estrogen and obsessive compulsive disorder, but the primary symptom that guys complain of when they have high estrogen is anxiety. Anxiety, wow, it is horrendous because it seems completely irrational, but your rational brain is saying there's something wrong. Now, we were having a giggle because he, not I, actually, well, okay, I did as well. We were talking about PMT, and he was saying that his missus was empathizing with him, or he was empathizing with his missus. I can't remember which way it was round. So, high estrogen. When you're on testosterone replacement therapy and you have a propensity to aromatization and your estrogen creeps up, it's insidious. So it's slow. And you actually think it's quite normal. That normal feeling is alarming. Now, I'm sure there's a massive cohort of guys out there who have got high estrogen compared to their testosterone and DHT levels. And these guys aren't necessarily suffering from symptoms of low testosterone or are candidates for TRT, but they are suffering from the abnormal testosterone to estrogen ratio. And they think it's quite normal. And it is quite normal for them, but it's abnormal for them as well. It's abnormal for them as a where they should be, and that's quite alarming. So one of the things that we would like to do is not only increase the awareness of low testosterone having a negative impact on mental well-being, it's also actually addressing estrogen. Because these guys, once they actually have controlled their estrogen, not blocked their estrogen, because we don't want to block estrogen, because estrogen has lots of positive effects on the cardiovascular system, bone strength, and mental well-being. So again, we talk about extremes: high, low, not good; in the middle, with you, good. Once we've controlled their estrogen and brought that testosterone to estrogen ratio back down, then they actually feel 10 times better, 100 times better, because anxiety is very unpleasant, because it's almost uncontrollable. Now, if you're anxious about a certain situation, you know, whether it be being sat next to Lydia and her constantly berating you for your bad behaviour and pointing out your inadequacies and your failings and just making you feel like a shell of the former self, then you know you can cope with that. You can come up with a technique to address that. I'm thinking a gag. Do you think that's a good idea? Gag? gagging Lydia. But if you have generalized anxiety, what do people think? Pull yourself together. Oh, it's just you. Oh, he's anxious. Oh, God, yeah. He's always been like it. Or it's got worse over the last. Oh, it must be a whole catalogue of things. Now, there may be an element of truth in that. It may be one thing, two things, three things, and it has a cumulative effect. But I just want you guys to think about whether there may be a physical cause for your anxiety. Accepting it's just you, oh, it's just his personality, don't like that. It's not very scientific, is it? I think we need to have a look at these potential physical causes. Now again, aromatization and nausea, we've spoken about this. So, addressing weight management, because obviously there's the aromatase enzyme in adipose tissue, and making sure your liver is functioning optimally. So, trying to reduce alcohol consumption, use of unnecessary medications, getting rid of artificial sweeteners, artificial colours, artificial crap from your diet, and eating a diet rich in real food, and trying to make sure you do not have a high carbohydrate diet unless you need a high carbohydrate diet. So let's think logically about what we can do. If you're unhappy, have a look to the causes. I spoke to a couple of my guys today about this, talking therapies, and how men should be open up to each other, share their stories, because behind every single face, every single smiling face, there is a story. Okay, we've all had an element of trauma. It doesn't have to be kind of mind-shattering. The story I heard today was incredible, and the place that this guy is in right now is in a really positive state. So he had to go through hell. He had to go through absolute hell. My God, if I actually shared the story with you, and he is in a very strong place now. So it's some of these stories are so inspirational, but if you saw this person, you wouldn't have any clue about the adversities he's faced, because you are presented with right now is the moment. Okay, so you need to take some consolation. Is consolation the right word? Not really. Assurance that whatever dark place you're in right now, you don't have to be there. So it's a matter of perspective, and it's a matter of battling. It's a matter of battling to make sure that you don't stay there. It's looking to the right people, the right advice, to effect a positive change to this place that you're in right now. So, talking. We need to talk, we need to open up, we need to share our stories, because we're always behind a mask, and I think that is a massive component of why we feel that we can't talk, is because we want to project onto society positivity, and understand that projection is helping, but when you're struggling, you need to understand that these guys that project this positivity have often been through hell, and I think through sharing your story, you can affect a positive change to somebody else. So we've spoken about this before. It's about giving back. It's about giving back to society. So we live in a very fickle, narcissistic society, and we need to change that. And we can affect a change, but we need to affect a change to the individual in order to affect a change to the collective. So I think we really need to just get on board with this idea that saying, let's talk about it, is all good and well, but unless you talk about it, nothing's going to change. So please, guys, open up, talk, and if you're in a bad place, reach out that hand and somebody will take it. But in the same breath, if you've got a physical cause, and I'm talking real low testosterone or a relative high estrogen, all the talking in the world is not going to make a difference. Because when Lydia has PMT, the birds stop singing, there's a cold chill in the air, and I hide. Treading on eggshells. Eggshells, they're too loud. Those eggshells are too loud. Hormones have a profound effect on your current mental state. And Lydia, when she's got PMT, versus Lydia when she hasn't got PMT, are two different animals. See, I can only say this now because I know
safe driving.
I'm safe driving. She hits me. Honestly, every day she hits me, numerous times. Because there are birds in the sky. Okay, I'm obviously messing around. But yeah, you gotta smile, guys. Don't take life too seriously. If you're taking life too seriously, you're missing the point. It's a dance, and appreciate every moment.